What is Nisan 17?
Well, it's not the make and model of a new Ultima or a Pathfinder, but it is a date on the Hebrew calendar, right? The Hebrew calendar, they have different names for their months, and one of those months is Nisan.
You're not going to find the names of the months until the later prophets when the Jews went to Babylon. The first month was named Nisan.
And on the 17th day of Nisan, we're told in the story of Noah, the ark comes to rest on Mount Ararat. And you're thinking, okay, well, who cares? Why are we talking about this?
Not necessarily, a matter of fact, probably not practically. The Torah specifically says in the 600th year of Noah's life in the 7th month. Nisan is not the 7th month. So the question is, what is the 7th month? Is it the 7th month after Noah's life? In other words, he's 600 years and 7 months old, but we have no idea when Noah was born. Is the 7th month being calculated from the names of the months? The Torah always talks in terms of when the Torah was given. So therefore, clearly, while God did not tell Moses the first month will be Nisan until they were leaving Egypt, if the Torah talks about months, it must be talking about the same order. Therefore, the 7th month is not Nisan, but is actually Tishrei. As a matter of fact, when it talks about Rosh Hashanah, that holiday, it says the first of the 7th month. So therefore, it was not the 17th of Nisan.
There is something about that day that is very special to the Lord, because not only does Noah's Ark come to rest on Mount Ararat on Nisan 17, but the Israelites crossed the Red Sea on that day, a brand new beginning, leaving the land of death and bondage in Egypt to start a new beginning.
The sea did not split on the 17th of Nisan, according to any calculations. The Israelites went out on the 15th of Nisan. Pharaoh gave them permission to go for 3 days. On the 4th day, Pharaoh realized not coming back. He gave chase. He met them at the Sea of Reeds, and that's when the water split. That would be 7 days after they left Egypt on the 21st of Nisan. The earliest calculation it could possibly be is they left on the 15th of Nisan. The 4th day, that will be the 18th. However, Pharaoh had to give chase, and that's why the holiday is on the 15th and on the 21st, because the 21st is when the sea split.
Joshua enters the promised land and eats the first fruits of the land on Nisan 17.
No, it was not the 17th of Nisan either, because the verse says on the day after the Passover offering. The Passover offering is on the 14th, which means the next day, when they actually ate of the fruit of the land and the manna ceased, that would have been the 15th on Passover, which makes sense because that is the day of redemption.
Esther saves all of Israel from genocide in that book on Nisan 17. But
that also did not happen on the 17th of Nisan. Why is that? Because on the 13th day of the first month, the king's scribes were summoned to issue a decree. That is when Mordecai realized the decree. She fasted for 3 days. So therefore, as we all know, even according to Jesus' own death, since it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's considered 3 days, so we know that a partial day is considered a whole day. So we have the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. She went before the king on the 15th. She made a party on that night, and then everyone was saved. That would have been the 15th in the evening, or at the very latest, the 16th. Definitely not the 17th.
the most important one, the crux of our faith, which is the resurrection of Christ from death, where sin and death are finally defeated, happens on Nisan 17.
I'm sorry to say, but he couldn't have been the 17th of Nisan, and it wasn't the 15th of Nisan, the day of redemption either, because he was killed on Friday, and Passover is never on Friday. And even according to the Talmud, it was the eve of Passover. Passover was Saturday, which means the 15th was Saturday and the 16th was Sunday. So it was neither the 17th nor the 15th, it was the 16th. And all these calculations were based on the months being 1 Nisan and forward, and yet for some reason you went back to Noah's Ark saying that the 7th month was now Nisan. So your whole calculations are a little bit off. Nice try. Any questions, let me know.